Hello and welcome. We are so glad to have you as a Beyond Pink team member. We, the council leaders of the Beyond Pink team, want to introduce ourselves and share some of the history and purpose of our organization with you. This video does not replace talking in person, but we hope it gives you a better understanding of how we function. My name is Gabby DeWitt. I've been a Beyond Pink team member for over 20 years. I got involved with the Beyond Pink team as part of my job at the Blackhawk County Health Department. And I am not a cancer survivor, but I do feel committed to the work that the Beyond Pink team does. Lori?
I'm Lori Sewell, and I'm an 11-year survivor, and I've been involved with the Beyond Pink team for nearly all of that time. I also serve as the Beyond Pink team's alternate representative on the National Breast Cancer Coalition's Board of Directors.
Marty?
I'm Marty, and I am not a cancer survivor. I became acquainted with the Beyond Pink team while working with the American Cancer Society. After I retired from there, I decided to attend some of the meetings, found I could offer some of my time and talent to activities that they had. And I just love what they do. I believe in their mission, and mainly because the funds that we raise do stay here locally, helping our neighbors.
Christine?
Hi, I'm Christine Carpenter, and I'm the Beyond Pink Team Advocacy Chair. I also represent the Beyond Pink team on the board of the National Breast Cancer Coalition, and I'm a breast cancer survivor for 29 years.
Jean?
Hi, I'm Jean Olson. I'm a 14-year survivor. I got involved with the Beyond Pink team in 2011 as part of my work at the Breast Care Center at United Medical Park, where I was the nurse manager up until my retirement in late 2020.
And Dee?
I'm Dee Hughes, and I'm the chair of the Beyond Pink team, which is what term we use for the president. I've been a member for 32 years, starting when I became a full-time mammographer at one of the hospitals, and I've been the chair for about the last 27 years. I did retire about 5.5 years ago, and I continued with the Beyond Pink team because I too am dedicated to what we offer to the community. And as the longest running member, I am going to share some, the history of our organization with you. We will start with, after many months of planning, the Cedar Valley Committee for Breast Cancer Awareness was launched in October of 1988. We are into our 34th year of serving the Cedar Valley in Northeast Iowa. It was a collaborative effort of the area hospitals, Allen, Covenant, Sartori, and Waverly hospitals, and many service organizations, including the American Cancer Society of Red Cross, educators from UNI and Hawkeye Community College, as well as many survivors and other interested individuals. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in women. In Iowa, it makes up 25% of all new cancers. Even though it is primarily a female cancer, men do get breast cancer, so we all need to be aware. The Cedar Valley Committee for Breast Cancer Awareness was started to increase this awareness, as well as meet these three objectives. They wanted to increase the use of screening mammography. Mammography had been used for many years as a diagnostic test, but mammography for screening was a new concept in the mid-'80s and was not covered by most insurers. In order to make the screening mammography affordable for women who did not have insurance coverage, we started a coupon campaign. During the month of May, women could get a coupon from their physician for a $40 mammogram, $25 for the hospital for the images, and $15 to the radiologist for the reading. This was a huge financial savings. And once legislation was passed to cover the screening mammogram, then this program was no longer needed. The last component they felt was needed was a breast cancer support group. A facilitator was hired, and the group met once a month. This group is still continuing 33 plus years later, now with a volunteer facilitator.
The Touch of Courage newsletter began in 1995. We brought together a focus group of breast cancer survivors and talked about what more we could do to support them when diagnosed. One thing that came out of that discussion was their desire to have a breast cancer newsletter. The first issue came out in 1995, And all issues are on our website, archived on our website. In 2001, we changed our name to the Cedar Valley Cancer Committee, and we are a 501c3 tax-exempt local charity. We have no paid staff, office, or government assistance. We didn't put breast cancer in our name because we wanted to be open to a group representing another type of cancer to duplicate our model. We did tag our group the Breast Cancer Task Force. Our mission, as time went on, we didn't feel this name really matched our mission, which is to provide breast cancer prevention, education, support, and advocacy for comprehensive quality healthcare for all in the Cedar Valley and surrounding communities. In 2006, we chose the name Beyond Pink Team because we were moving beyond the pink ribbons, pink trinkets, and awareness so that we could take action, educate, advocate, and make a difference.
This shows our flow chart of our various councils. We have 6 various councils, and it tells what each role is. As earlier stated, we are a local 501c3 nonprofit under the name the Cedar Valley Cancer Committee. We are doing business as the Beyond Pink team. Instead of president and vice president, we have always used the terms chair and co-chair. We have 6 council leaders and members to keep our organization running smoothly. As we do not have any paid staff, we are all volunteers. Here is our leadership council, I should say, leadership team. And each of us will tell us a little bit about who we are and what we do.
And
Dee?
as I said, I'm Dee Hughes and I am the chair. And my role is to come up with agendas, lead the monthly meetings, and make sure minutes get out. I also do the membership and annual renewals of that. I help with the newsletter and deliver 750 copies around town to different facilities, offices, and get those out for mailing. I'm also the coordinator for the displays that we use at events, and I help with the All Cancer Survivor Group.
Okay, I'm Marty Molnix. I'm the co-chair, and I basically back up Dee if she's not able to fulfill her roles, basically leading meetings. But I also edit, compile, and write some of the articles for our quarterly newsletter, along with the help of a few others on our Beyond Pink team membership. I help with events, fundraisers, speakers, presentations, wellness fairs. I guess the biggest fundraiser I help with is the Pink Ribbon Run, which is 16th annual. I've been on that committee for the past 9 years.
I am Jean Olson, and as the finance chair, my primary role is facilitation of the grants for our recipients from the Beyond Pink Fund, but then I also do the general bookkeeping as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christine Carpenter, and I'm the advocacy chair. So if you're interested in making a difference and ending breast cancer, please see me, because we advocate it both in Washington, D.C. and locally for ending breast cancer, and also making sure that folks have avenues for treatment. And we work with a great deal with the congressional offices. So we'd love to have you join us by joining the Iowa Stop Breast Cancer Facebook group. Lisa Ellerman is next, and she couldn't be here, but she is she's the leader of our events council, and she sets up and helps us organize folks for our events.
I'm Lori Sewell, and while I assist Christine with the Advocacy Council, I also serve as the head of the Education Council, which focuses on educating the community about breast cancer and even other cancers.
And I'm Gabby DeWitt. I'm the Development Council Chair. I coordinate our social media and website updates, press releases as needed. And of the 16 years of the Pink Ribbon Run, I have been on the committee for 12 years. Also, Angela Hamilton, who's next in line, couldn't be with us today. She is the Support Council Chair, and Cheryl Thayer is our Volunteer Council Chair.
Take action. As earlier mentioned, the word team in our name, Beyond Pink Team, stands for different, take action, educate, advocate, and make a difference. For taking action, we have financial assistance. This is our biggest role that we do. Low-income women were being screened in National Breast and Cervical Cancer Screening Program, now called Care for Yourself. When there was a suspicious finding, many of these women were refusing biopsy because of the screening program paid for most, but not all of the cost. They would rather skip the biopsy than go into debt. We felt we needed to do something to help. Jean will tell you more about that a little later. We have 2 support groups. We did not feel our traditional support group met all the needs of the many young women diagnosed with breast cancer. So we started a second group for younger women with any type of cancer. This meets about 4 times a year, the second group. The first group does meet monthly. We also have a free newsletter. The free quarterly newsletter that we started in 1996 continues today with 750 copies distributed and mailed quarterly. New and past issues are archived on our website, beyondpinking.org.
As Marty mentioned, the E in team is for educate. In addition to the Touch of Courage newsletter, the Beyond Pink team offers educational content on the beyondpinkteam.org website. Look for the education tab. Until COVID stopped face-to-face wellness fairs, we enjoyed interacting with attendees at wellness fairs, sharing information and answering questions. We look forward to doing these face-to-face events once again. Additionally, we've done many speaking engagements for groups such as PEO, Quota Club, and the Lions Club. We welcome any chance to share information. Anyone can request a speaker from the Beyond Pink team via the website. In 2016, Ignite the Cancer Conversation was started as a way to engage the community in learning more about cancer, prevention, environmental risks, and the latest research. We'll share more about that in a moment.
The A stands for advocate. By becoming an organizational member of the National Breast Cancer Coalition, or NBCC, in 2012, Beyond Pink team joined a dynamic, diverse coalition of hundreds of organizations and tens of thousands of individuals dedicated to giving breast cancer issues a meaningful voice in Washington, D.C., in state capitals, in laboratories, and in healthcare institutions, and in our local communities everywhere. NBCC is the organization that will end breast cancer. NBCC is filled with activists who set a research agenda to ensure that outcome. NBCC tells the truth about breast cancer, upends the status quo when needed, and empowers survivors to be leaders for the cause. NBCC's mission is to end breast cancer through the power of education, action, and advocacy. In 1997, Beyond Pink team members began attending the NBCC Leadership Summit in Washington, D.C. Each year, we make a point of bringing new Beyond Pink team members to spend 3 days learning about the latest scientific research, training in effective advocacy strategies, and presentations by respected researchers in the field. Grassroots leaders from around the country and prominent public policy experts are there and speaking. On the 4th day, we go to Capitol Hill to meet with Iowa U.S. senators and representatives and their staff, asking them to support 2 to 3 issues that will have a major and meaningful impact on ending breast cancer.
NBCC works closely with us to strategically call on our congressmen to help us bring an end to breast cancer. Because of our association with NBCC, ordinary Iowans have made a national impact. COVID didn't stop us. We continued to meet via Zoom with our congressional offices. This has also allowed more people to get involved with these meetings.
The M stands for Make a Difference. When Gabby DeWitt facilitated the Care for Yourself and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program for Blackhawk County, she shared with the Beyond Pink team that her clients were refusing to have breast biopsies following abnormal mammograms because they were told some of the costs would not be covered by the Care for Yourself program. They would rather not do the tests than go into debt. We all agreed we needed to do something, but what? In 2006, the Allen College of Student Nursing Association gave the Beyond Pink team a donation of $1,000. That check was placed at the Community Foundation of Northeast Iowa, and we opened the Beyond Pink Fund. The proceeds from the first Pink Ribbon Run in 2006 were added to this fund, as well as all succeeding years. In 2008, we were able to accept the first requests for financial assistance from the fund. In 2021, we paid medical bills for 100 individuals totaling just over $97,000. The maximum granted to an individual was $1,500 with a limit of $700 for non-medical expenses. In April 2022, we were able to raise the maximum to $2,000. Since the inception in 2012 to 2021, we have assisted 790 individuals, totaling over $635,000. This is our pie chart of last year's, that would be 2021's grant usage. Yellow is the medical, and it was just over $54,000. Red is for food at just over $26,000. Blue was transportation and gas cards, nearly totaling $9,000. And orange is the rent or mortgage assistance at almost $4,000. The Touch of Courage is our monthly breast cancer support group that has been meeting on the first Monday or the second if the holiday is on the first of each month. They are currently meeting in the conference room at the Community Foundation of Northeast Iowa following safe guidelines. Pat Bowles is the volunteer facilitator for the group. For several years, the members have been making Hearts of Hope comfort pillows. These are given to the breast centers for their newly diagnosed breast cancer patients. The pillows are used under the arm to cushion the excision site or under the seatbelt chest strap. The All Cancer Support Group meets quarterly and started out as Meet, Mingle, and Learn for women with any kind of cancer. And it started in 2008 to educate young women with any kind of cancer on some of the issues pertinent to them. The event was so successful, they asked for us to continue them. COVID prompted us to hold most meetings through Zoom, but outdoor meetings are held, permitting with the weather. This group meets the third Tuesday of January, April, June, and September, and it includes a meal or a snack, discussion time, a speaker, and just general socialization and getting to know each other.
Advocacy. As a result of NBCC's grassroots advocacy, the Department of Defense Breast Cancer Research Program was created in 1992 to eradicate breast cancer by funding innovative, high-impact research through a partnership of scientists and consumers. Every year since 1997, Beyond Pink Team has advocated for funding for the DoD Breast Cancer Research Program. This has resulted in more than $4 billion in new federal funding for breast cancer research, created new models of research, and ensured consumer advocate participation in programmatic and peer review. Because of Beyond Pink Team advocacy, most of Iowa's congressional members support funding this program every year. Beyond Pink Team advocates have and continue to have an important role in the passage and maintenance of the Breast and Cervical Cancer Treatment Act, or Care for Yourself in Iowa, which ensures all women and men screened and diagnosed with breast cancer and cervical cancer have access to the treatment they need. Because Beyond Pink Team advocates met with Senator Grassley in his Waterloo office, asking him to lead the Treatment Act through the Finance Committee, he agreed and became its champion. It was passed into law in 2000. We continue to work with Senator Grassley to maintain the program. Today, we are working with Iowa congressional representatives to pass the Metastatic Breast Cancer Access to Care Act, which would waive the 24-month waiting period for Medicare and the 5-month waiting period for Social Security disability insurance benefits for eligible individuals with metastatic breast cancer who can no longer work but have paid into the system. Because of Beyond Pink Team advocates' persistence, Senator Joni Ernst is the lead Republican sponsor of this bipartisan bill. Additionally, Republican Representatives Marionette Miller Meeks and Randy Feenstra are co-sponsors, along with Democrat Representative Cindy Axney. You can be an advocate too by joining the Iowa Stop Breast Cancer Facebook group and responding to our advocacy alerts. Please join us.
Ignite the Cancer Conversation is an annual event that was started in collaboration between the advocacy and education councils of the Beyond Pink team. Our vision is to bring diverse communities together and activate the conversation that will initiate and develop concrete steps to conquer cancer. The idea came about because BPT members who had attended the National Breast Cancer Coalition's Advocacy Summit wanted to give people living in the greater Cedar Valley an opportunity to learn about the latest in cancer research. In 2016 and 2017, we held in-person conferences, bringing in scientists we'd heard from at the NBCC Summit, including Keith Knudsen, who's heading up NBCC's work to generate a breast cancer vaccine. In 2018, we decided to do a book club and read the book, The Emperor of All Maladies, a biography of cancer. In 2019, we took a step back to generate more awareness about Ignite the Cancer Conversation and developed signs to use along the Pink Ribbon Run route. This was our Rethink Cancer campaign. We kept the signs and use them continually as appropriate for other events as well. For 2020, we went virtual due to COVID and featured 5 speakers who addressed the mind, body, and soul after a cancer diagnosis. This past year, in October 2021, we again offered a virtual event which featured keynote speaker Dr. Cyrus Gajar from the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center in Seattle, Washington. Much of his research centers around why dormant cancer cells wake up and spread or metastasize, and how we can keep them dormant or asleep. We invite you to join the Ignite planning team.
And how do we do all this? Well, it's through fundraising is a big part of it. Lemonade stands are one of the simplest ones that we have had, in garage sales. And then we have the annual Pink Ribbon Run, which is held downtown Cedar Falls the first Saturday in October each year. Bambino cookies, they're sold in Hy-Vee and at their bakery on Amesboro Avenue by Domino's. A portion of these sales goes to the Beyond Pink team. We have donations through businesses such as tattoo shops or casual days at banks and offices. Organizations, UNI sororities, such in hospitals, family foundations, churches, all give. Sporting events, Blackhawk hockey, the Waterloo Bucks baseball games, and UNI also provide funding in donations. And personally, individuals donate to this, to our organizations. We rely totally on fundraisers and donations for funding. We receive no government assistance whatsoever. We have 45 Beyond Pink team members that have paid annual dues, which are only $2. They receive the monthly news meeting notices, agenda, and the minutes, so they are kept up with what's going on. We have an additional 70 volunteers or more that help with the events. We have, like I said, no paid, office. We work out of our homes. We do have a storage unit where we store our display items and different other materials that we use for displays, speaking engagements whatsoever. We have a very low overhead with that, making more dollars available to help the different individuals.
You can connect with us on our website, beyondpinkteam.org. You can send a general email, although we will be sharing all of our email addresses in the next slide, but you can always send a general email. And then we do have Facebook and Twitter, and those are our handles for both Facebook and Twitter. We will be mailing this list to you. All of us are available if you would like to know about any part of the Beyond Pink team, or you would like to join one of the councils. And we would just like to thank you today for joining the Beyond Pink team, watching this orientation video, and we look forward to working with you to make a difference in the lives of so many here in the Cedar Valley and Northeast Iowa. Thank you for your time.